This is The Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky.
Before I go, I wanted to tell you guys, I had a little news on the baseball front.
Ooh.
You know, I'm a giant Guardians fan.
Well, you know me, Riz. It took a torn Achilles to make me stop playing baseball. Like, I love the game, but MLB is just ticking me off lately.
I believe you're still softball guy, Jay.
No, I'm retired softball guy.
Oh, wow. Well, I missed the retirement party.
Yeah.
Just like Tom Brady, we'll believe it when we see it, Riz.
Right. I agree with that, Kev. But no, I'm hearing baseball has kind of set May 1st for the date that they would like to begin regular season. And I think both sides kind of didn't agree to that or have a under the table deal, but they both kind of knew when they didn't get things going in December and early January that there probably would be a delay. If you're a baseball fan, I would point towards May 1st for the start of the regular season, which means, you know, spring training in a week or two. I know they're going back to the table tomorrow, Monday morning, and we're going to talk about this on RBS, but I did talk to some baseball people over the weekend who are a little optimistic. Although you'll miss a month of the season, we'll at least get 5 months in the season. They're hoping would start on May the 1st.
Do you think this or shortage of whatever you call it, this lockout, will affect them as bad as the 94 strike did? Because the 94 strike ended this season, if I'm correct.
Now, Jay, here's what happens in sports. Everybody gets angry. I'm angry. And I can't believe these two sides couldn't begin negotiating earlier and get this thing solved. But they wait till the last minute. It's how things work. You're angry, but in July, when the Yankees come to town and it's 82 degrees and Progressive Field looks like the most beautiful place in the world, you're going to go down to the ballpark and you're going to watch a game. You're going to have it on your TV. Initially, I think people will be angry, but in the end, everybody loves baseball.
I mean, Kevin is having a baseball-themed wedding.
Oh, wow. Kev, you're a big ball fan?
Yes, big baseball fan. Fiance even bigger, and we're actually going to have the first ever wedding at League Park on May 21st. So if baseball starts in May, it's kind of the perfect timing for that, because then the baseball atmosphere will still be at a kind of a fever pitch when we get married this year.
What month are you starting?
May 21st will be of this year. We're going to get married on the field at League Park with the two original standing walls. They're going to give our family and friends access to the Baseball Heritage Museum beforehand, before we get there and get everything all situated. We just had a meeting about the wedding today, so we're really, really looking forward to it. I'm just an overall sports fan. My grandpa is the big baseball fan, and that's kind of my family tie in there. That's how I became a big baseball fan, even though I never got to play it. And now getting married to someone that comes from a big baseball family and huge, strictly into the game of baseball, it is going to be a very special day for both of us. So we're really looking forward to that.
You know the ghosts are in that park. You know that. Babe Ruth played in that park. Ty Cobb played in that park.
We'll take all of them.
They're welcome.
Ghosts are there.
Yeah,
I'll be doing shots with them later.
We'll take Riz hearing that baseball will be back May 1st, and, in a couple of weeks, we'll get spring training. That it's going to take a couple more weeks to really hammer out the details of the CBA, but May 1st is the date that he's kind of hearing. That's not official. It's not like he's saying that he knows for a fact. He's just saying right now where things stand, how the conversations are going.
That's what they're aiming for.
That's what they're aiming for, May 1st. And that would, losing a month of baseball for baseball purists, not the greatest thing, but with such a long season.
And being in Cleveland, I'm okay with it.
And Cleveland never starting well in April,
Let's just get to the warm weather. Maybe that is a blessing.
I know that we can still have those kind of weather days in May too. Unfortunately, I'm knocking on wood for a certain date there in May, but
no, you're good. Trust me, I promise.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna hold you to that. I got you in my wedding party for a reason, there, dude. So. But May 1st, like losing the first month, I mean, again, Cleveland baseball never really doing well in the month of April. Like it's kind of like a big accomplishment if they're 500 coming out of April. You never want to fall too far behind. You can't win a division in April, but you can do a lot to lose a division in April. Are you guys upset that it's still going to take until May 1st to see maybe our first baseball game again. We're not reporting that that's the actual date, but audio, I mean, are you okay with May 1st if that ends up being the case?
I mean, I'm fine with it. It's right now. It's still the matter of I'm just so aggravated that we're even at this point. It'll be nice. I hope they get it together. May 1st is better than nothing. So, and you're right. You can't win the division in April, but you sure can, help yourself to lose it.
Yeah.
So, in the Indians/Guardians do not necessarily have the best track record early in the season. So,
yeah. And I was, I had my eyes opened after our conversation last week on baseball that, we kind of mentioned the millionaires versus billionaires conversation. I mean, it is, but you kind of hearing more, especially when the players turn down the owner's best offer in that long 7 to 10 day stretch that they were negotiating, that, they're fighting for not just themselves, but the players behind them, the younger players and the minor leaguers, getting them better money, better housing ability and all of those types of things, just trying to make the experience of being a professional baseball player more professional, I guess. And that's what the players are trying to do. There's things in there. I don't remember what it was. Was it I think it was the CBT or something like that. There's like I don't even know what they even call it, but there's some sort of tax where the players were talking about $85 million. The owners only said 30. It's like a huge gap. Payroll differential or something like that. It's this whole new concept that's never been in a CBA before. I don't know, Jay. I mean, what do you want out of this? Do you want?
I heard something that they were going to do what is that? Where you sharing
like a profit sharing.
Profit sharing. Thank you. Drawing a blank there. Profit sharing amongst the teams and stuff. The players, I don't think they wanted it because they said something it's close to being like a salary cap. But anything to make it more fair, that's all I care about. I've bitched and moaned on this show many times. I'm tired of being in Major League Baseball's farm club. I want everyone to have a fair shot at all the same free agents. Oh, this guy's hitting the market. He's going to New York because they're going to be able to spend the most. No, I don't want that anymore. I want that to change. So if that changes, I'm happy. If they delay it, I mean, selfishly, I don't care because I hate going to games in April and freezing my tail off out there.
Yeah.
Players hate it. We don't do good. You always end up going to a loss anyways, and you're cold doing it. No, I'm good with April baseball.
Yeah.
Started in May every year. I'm good.
It's part of the experience and the opening day experience here that yes, we'll still when baseball comes back, we'll still have an opening day, but the experience here in Cleveland is still cold weather, but then you go from 40,000 fans all the way down to less than 9,000 for the next month plus because kids are still in school. The weather's not great. Losing a month isn't the worst thing. It's my issue is with the owners and the worst commissioner in all of professional sports, in my opinion, in Rob Manfred. I mean, I try to get the hashtag trending.
Maybe he should be our Voldemort on here, the man we don't speak his name.
Yeah, I tried to get a hashtag trending. It didn't really work, but I thought it was the Manfred effect when especially when the players denied it, the Manfred effect. But it's also coming from the owners, because it just seems like there's no pressure from the fan base because you've alienated them so much, and you don't care to get your game back. You talk about getting the game back in front of your fans.
The Manfred candidate. That's what he is.
There it is.
He's nothing but a puppet to all these owners anyways. He's the Manfred candidate.
That whole side of it, I mean, I see the player side a little bit, but there's probably some part of the argument where, which interest are you really trying to be at the best for? But again, Riz kind of coming on. Tony Rizzo from ESPN Cleveland coming on the previous segment. If you missed it, if you're listening to the audio, just rewind your podcast because that's the greatest part about it. Or you can, kind of just rewind the video if you're watching as well on replay. Or, once this show kind of reposts, you're watching us live, go back to the beginning, kind of skip ahead about 10, 11 minutes in, and Riz kind of mentioning, talk to some baseball people, looking like they're aiming for May 1st. So let's hope that's the case.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So and maybe
I mean, baseball, like I said, if they go the whole season, they won't survive it.
yeah,
They got to get it going.
they have to. They do. And May 1st would be perfect time to do that, and a perfect month of baseball in my life, at least. Baseball themed month for me and the future misses at home.